That was like segregation over here now.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
But did you know about slavery in America
Not
before
like
you came here?
Slavery. Nah, I know about the kings.
Yeah.
You know, the tribes.
Yeah.
You know, you got prisoners. Like,
Yeah, like most people that were slaves were prisoners of war.
Not over back home. Not over here.
Not over here.
I learned about slavery when I came over here. I learned about segregation when I came over here. I learned about what, like, black people being hated by other race when I came.
You learned that here. You never learned that. And what part of Africa you from?
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, yeah. So you know.
Teach us that.
They don't
teach us white people stuff back home.
They teach you they teach you white people stuff, but they don't tell you what's happening with your brothers and sisters in America.
They talk about, you know, like Abraham Lincoln, like not like what he did, but he was the president, like George Washington. You know what I mean?
Give you all that fake bullshit.
All that bullshit. You feel me? Like they talk about bullshit. They do. They talk. I mean, it's in the textbook, but they don't really touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people touch over here, and they don't touch it. Trust me, they don't. They teach us over the globe, and so on. They don't really touch it like that.
Yeah, because every person I speak to that was born in Africa, they always tell me they never knew slavery. Yeah, they never knew about U.S. slavery.
I didn't know about it until I came over.
Till you came here. That's crazy, right? So you basically saying like the people, our people that were slaves here, were prisoners in Africa?
No, I mean, nah. Like when I say they prison, like I know there was slavery, but now in the United States, like you know how tribe back in the day, kings and them, they catch you, like you go to war, they catch you, you become a slave.
Yeah. But white people were doing that to each other too.
The white people were doing that to each other, but I didn't know about Rome's and none of that.
Okay.
I only know about slavery. If you want to speak of slavery, the only slavery I knew was that what I just told you.
Yeah, when you talk about like if you have two tribes at war and my tribe beats your tribe, then we capture you.
Yeah, you
become a slave.
Not like a slave, but you know what I mean, like a servant or something. You gotta work for the king.
But slavery was a byproduct of war.
Yeah.
It wasn't a byproduct of greed and capitalism and money.
No.
Okay.
And segregation.
So that's understandable, man.
Like that. And like I said this to all American people, you know, for a new generation of African, for educating African. I went to school, and you know what I mean. I said thanks to you guys, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for African American, or for your nephew or cousin, whatever.
Yeah, brothers.
If it wasn't for your pops and them that came here way before us, I wouldn't be driving.
You wouldn't be here,
I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, but you know what? The whole thing, go to 118. The whole thing we have to do as black people, whether you African, whether you were born here, whether you from the Caribbean, Jamaica, we have to learn how to stick together and build the foundation that's going to benefit us. Because everybody else does it. You see the Jews do it, the Chinese do it.
That's why you don't know what an African parent tell his kid in the house.
Yeah. Well, what your parents told you?
Not my parents. I'm talking in general. Don't get out there and kill myself. But I got my righteous ready now. I'm sorry. I just said it.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
I grew up, so I talk like that. But yeah, like most African parents tell them, you don't want to be Americans. You don't want to be that, but why bring us here if you don't want us to adapt to this lifestyle?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
But but capitalism. You come here, you make money, and then when you retire, you can go back to Africa.
But they like, oh, you don't want to be like American, but if it wasn't for the black American, you African guy wouldn't be here today. You know, a lot of African parents don't know that because they didn't go to school. You know what I mean? They just look at the life. They don't know the history. Like, they knew. Some of them know, but they don't really know like the way we know. Yeah. Like and they want us to be dressed like white guys. You know what I mean? Like don't.
Yeah, the Europeans, right? The way the Europeans treated them in Africa. They want you to come to New York. They want you to come to New York and the United States and acclimate to that way.
Like that way. And that's not us.
That's not us, man.
I mean, we got our way. We are Europe. Everybody are civilized.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have an identity because a lot of us with us that were born here, we had our identity stripped, and with colonization in Africa, well, with Europe being all in Africa and taking the resources, you know, a lot of people lost their identity too.
Africa don't own Africa. Europe own Africa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Africa don't own Africa. We don't own Africa.
So what do you think about the Chinese being in there?
Chinese being where?
In Africa.
Chinese been there though.
They been there?
We don't mind. Like we don't really like I said, there's no racism in Africa.
Yeah.
We laugh, but we don't look at it as a racism. We look at it as a joke. Like, oh, look at this bald, like a lady shave her hair. We laugh at it. Oh, she shave her hair. She look like a dude. It's not like you being racist. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, like you go to a BB store, like a BB in them. Mad BB. They own business in Africa.
Yeah.
Europeans, I mean, like the Lebanese, they own mad business in Africa.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like Africans don't really own the business back home.
You make a left here, brother.
Because I came here when I was young.
Yeah.
So I don't know about now.
Yeah. You could put.
Develop.
Yeah, you could pull over right here on the left, brother.
On the left.
Yeah.
I heard it develop, but.
Yeah, but it's developing, but it has to benefit us.
We gotta stick together.
Exactly.